original Sin and Punishment was the import darling of the Nintendo 64. Its gameplay emerged from the most basic of ideas, namely the insane boss fights developer Treasure is known for. It never made it to the Western Hemisphere till its Virtual Console release, but nearly a decade later the Treasure team is reassembled to deliver Sin and Punishment: Star Successor. Can the studio's calling card of action, inventive levels, and countless bosses thrive on the Wii?
I'm lucky to be alive.
Treasure deserves the accolades heaped upon it. For reasons Star Successor makes evident, storytelling has never been one of them. The plot is an obtuse nightmare, wrapped in shoddy cinemas and tied with a bow of horrendous one-liners.
Hachi, you okay?
Of course. Good as new.
The nonsensical goings-on represent the worst of any anime attempting to ape Neo Genesis Evangelion's hermetic seal. The game's presented as a long run through an apocalyptic Japan as you blast your way as either the soldier Issa or his cohort, the amnesiac Kachi. They're pursued by demi-humans with villainous intent that constantly spout insults and mutter vague secrets from the series' middling mythology. The tenuous ties to the first game are hard to spot, and eking info from the manual doesn't exactly clear things up. On-screen cues invite you to skip cinematics as soon as they start, promptly throwing you into the action. Good advice.
Issa. We've established a base at the planet's energy hub.
7 stages and a serviceable tutorial stand between you, the credits, and a legendary high score. Star Successor is an arcade game at its roots, with one special caveat. It doesn't want your quarters, only your points. This is an evolution of the light gun game, but longer and with an on-screen character. Your hero marches through mutated cities, oceans, and sky fortresses, blasting minion after minion and boss after boss. A jetpack or a hoverboard lets you bound across the screen's lower quadrants, though keeping your feet on the ground yields bonus points while putting you in harm's way. Riding vehicles acts as a sporadic shake-up to the regular run and gun, and some levels evoke classic 2D space shooters. There's generous checkpoints and unlimited continues that zilch your score, essentially allowing you to progress for the price of glory. The scoring system rewards chaining lots of hits and grants insane multipliers to those who can make it through the stage unscathed. Death resets scores and damage reduces your multiplier, so kill with skill to reap top marks on the leaderboards. Variable difficulty and a co-op option allow you to tinker with the experience, though co-op's second player appearing as a phantom reticle that can't be killed tips the scales a bit too heavily in your favor. Sadly, the original game's cohabitation mode, where one player dodges while the other shoots, is absent, but it's easy to pull off by letting one person hold the remote and the other the nunchuck. Each level offers singular challenges in decent length, and though the entire experience will last only 5 hours, it does invite multiple replays.
Leaving so soon?
Sandwiched between boss rushes is the bullet fodder that'll make your destruction counts climb. Many enemies will just passively scurry across the screen, with a few offering up some retaliation via a tsunami of bullets or a brutal melee attack. Shooting everything isn't possible, but it's the goal. Certain actions yield mysterious medals that grant even more bonus points, and are sure to be the subject of many FAQs. Boss fights are all pattern recognition and quick reflexes and run the gamut of bizarre. Do the Japanese really hate dolphins this much? Everything feels very old school, but it works, even if you'll be spending a lot of time glaring at the continue screen. Identifying and exploiting weaknesses is satisfying, especially once you learn when and how to strike with your own melee moves. Star Successor is also open to customization. You can use the classic controller, an old GameCube pad, or even the Wii Zapper, all with tweakable sensitivity settings and button maps. Charging shots, reflecting missiles, and dashing through fire quickly becomes second nature, while Issa's manual aim and Kachi's auto-lock offer different playstyles to experiment with. It's simply a blast to blast.
Foolish boy. You truly intend to challenge us?
There's been conjecture that the sequel started on the GameCube. We have suspicions that it was actually the N64. This is not a pretty game. Models are simple and garish. A rare collaboration between Hot Topic and the art of taxidermy have produced the playable characters, best described as tacky tweens with dead eyes. Bosses and scenery look good on occasion, more often due to their scale and bizarre designs. The music is hummable, while the voice acting dies on the vine with a horrendous script.
Humanity is hard to define, but we have a head, with 2 ears and 2 eyes.
And a nose and a mouth?
Yep.
And a body with 2 arms?
The real ace is the almost complete absence of slowdown during the chaos, though we expect nothing less from the studio that brought us the shooter Bangai-O and its 100 of simultaneous explosions. The pace will keep you from wincing, at least until the story stuff kicks in. Star Successor is a stranger in a strange land. High scores and out-and-out arcade action aren't the biggest selling points these days. Ugly isn't fashionable either, nor are anemic plots. What it does offer is classic, easy-to-learn, hard-to-master controls, great level design, and replayability up the wazoo, if you can stomach aiming for a high score on a leaderboard. It's the ultimate rental ride that might just bewitch you into purchasing it.
Check out that reflection. This water is mesmerizing.